Welcome to the Matawan Aberdeen School District Board of Education Committee of the Whole. Oops, not sorry. To the regular action meeting on September 27, 2021. Time is now 6:30 p.m. Can we please stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. The New Jersey Open Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies of which any business affecting their interest is discussed or agreed upon. In accordance with the provision of this act, the Matawan Aberdeen Regional School District Board of Education advertised this meeting on August 6, 2021 in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger. This notice was sent to the municipal clerks of the Borough of Matawan and the Township of Aberdeen and the Matawan Aberdeen Public Library. The notice was also placed on the district's website. Ms. Case, can we please have roll call?
Mr. Ahern?
Here.
Dr. Delaney?
Here.
Ms. Friedman?
Here.
Ms. Martinez?
Here.
Mr. Montone?
Here.
Ms. Brzwara?
Here.
Ms. Wayland?
Here.
Ms. Osborne?
Here.
Mrs. Scully?
Here. Can I get a motion and a second to accept the minutes? Regular action meeting minutes, August 23rd, 2021. Executive session meeting minutes, August 23rd, 2021.
I'll motion.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Ahern?
Yes.
Dr. Delaney? You want to abstain? Ms. Friedman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone?
Yes.
Ms. Brzwara?
Yes.
Ms. Wayland?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Mrs. Scully?
Yes. Okay, can I get a motion and a second to accept the correspondence to the board?
I'll second.
Okay, and next up, we have a new student representative that we'd like to welcome. His name is Mr. Jake Perlowin, and he will be the new student representative to the board. And we look forward to hearing your school updates this year. And with that, welcome.
Congratulations, we're going to swear you in. So if you could just turn on your mic and then read your oath of office.
I, Jake Perlman, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and this state under the authority of the people. So help me God.
Thank you, congratulations, and welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, Board of Education. It is a great honor to be with you all tonight and to be accepting this honorable position. Ever since I entered this high school as a freshman 3 years ago, I have had the dream of being class president and eventually school president. Tonight, in a way, seems like the culmination of the past 3 years. However, tonight is not a time to reflect on this past, but rather a time to look forward to the future. I have many plans and goals for my presidency, and I think that it is of the utmost importance to make these as transparent as possible. First and foremost, I want to bring importance back to student government. No school community can be a successful one if the students don't feel like they have a say in things. I want to give all students across the district a voice through elected representatives. Although I can't speak for every school, I do know that here in the high school, each class is in the process of electing the representatives. For the first year ever, I am making attendance at student council meetings mandatory for the president and vice president of each class. This guarantees that every grade has a say in what happens with school-wide events like pep rallies and battle of the classes. I will also be holding meetings with the 4 class presidents here regularly, where we can discuss new ideas and different ways to make our school a better place. The key to success is involvement. The more we get students involved, the more students will feel comfortable to be themselves and speak up when they want to see change. I want to take a second to thank our incredible principal, Mr. Eiler, for putting together the school's first ever club rush tomorrow for the ending of the school day, which is a great way to get kids involved in various clubs and activities. This is a big step in the right direction for our school community. I'll also be visiting the lower schools to hopefully encourage involvement in student government there as well. If students in the district know how important we treat student government, they are more likely to get involved in it. The interesting thing about my current position is that not only am I president of the school and representative to the Board of Education, but I am also class president. The methods I have used to be successful with this position are the same ones I plan on using to be successful in my new position. Communication is crucial for success. For example, I use both Instagram and email to get the word out about students in my class. And just for some evidence that this works, our senior sunrise on September 8th, which has had a turnout of about 40 in previous years, had 120 this year. I, along with my Vice President, Gianna Tessi, will continue to work hard to keep up involvement in different events. I want to have a fair amount of both in-school and out-of-school events to make this the best possible senior year for my class and the best possible school community for the students at the high school and across the district. I intend to continue my hard work in the months to come and keep on achieving my goals and make new ones as I see fit. Once again, it is my great honor to accept this role and take on these new challenges as they come. I hope to do this job with dignity and respect. Thank you all for listening. I look forward to speaking with you again at future board meetings, and I look forward to a successful presidency.
Thank you. We look forward to next month and hearing your report. So we're going to move to the board president's report, and I just wanted to thank everyone again. We're happy to say the first couple of weeks back in the classroom has gone very well at all of our schools. Wanted to provide just a few reminders. We have strategic planning coming up. The process kicks off this Thursday, September 30th at 6:30 here at the high school. And again, it's a great opportunity for community members to become involved in the district's vision and goals for the next 5 years. Also, many of you probably know we've had back to school nights happening across the schools for the past couple of weeks, and we have 2 more this week, and that'll complete the back to school nights. Grab and go breakfast, I know we've mentioned this before as well, they are free, as well as the lunch. They're free again this year, but we do ask if families could fill out the free and reduced lunch form, because that will help us as a district with our funding. Last couple of items, just wanted to wish everyone good luck for all those participating in sports and activities. There's various games, competitions, and performances coming up, so just wanted to wish everyone well with those. And finally, Mattawan Day is this Saturday, October 2nd on Main Street, and please feel free to stop by, and you'll probably see a few of us there. With that, we're going to move to curriculum and instruction. Mr. Bombardier?
Beginning with Part A, travel, we have 50 district coaches attending the National Federation of State High School Association virtual workshops for the 21-22 school year. 1 teacher attending the Stockton University Esports Coaching Certification Workshop, 1 staff member attending the NJPSA Planning and Implementing Co-Teaching Workshop, 1 staff member attending the NJDOE and Center for Autism and Early Childhood Mental Health Workshop, 1 staff member attending the New Jersey Alliance Conversations for Mental Health Professionals Workshop, 2 staff members attending the New Jersey Science Convention, 1 staff member attending the Linda Mood Bell Visualizing and Verbalizing Reading Comprehension Workshop, and 1 staff member attending the NJPSA Evolving Legal Standards for LGBTQ+ Students Workshop. Moving on to Part B of Curriculum and Instruction. There are 2 items in red since the Committee of the Whole. Item number 2 is asking the board to approve the revised dates with Hackensack Meridian Health and the American Heart Association to provide training for 9th graders in CPR on October 20th and October 21st. This approval is amending the original dates, which were September 22nd and September 23rd, that were previously approved on June 14, 2021. Item number 3 is asking the board to approve the Mattawan Regional High School Civic Leadership Academy students to participate in an overnight team building retreat at Camp Mason in Hardwick, New Jersey on October 18th and October 19th. This opportunity is for team building to develop new skills and strengthen their leadership, conflict resolution, communication, and decision-making skills. And that is all for curriculum and instruction.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to accept the agenda?
I'll motion. I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or comments from board members? No? Okay.
I have one quick question. I apologize. Number 3, superintendent recommends the district for the approval. How can the students participate in that overnight retreat?
They are members of the civic leaders. They were able to participate in the Thank you. Could you repeat it? This is for members of the civic leaders here at Matawan Regional High School. This is an event that's been taking place over the past several years. It's an overnight team building retreat specifically for those civic leaders.
Thank you.
Special Services, Mr. Liebman.
Thank you and good evening. Under Student Services, the first item in red is item number 3. We'd like to recommend to the board for approval the following students to attend out-of-district placement for the 21-22 school year. This list continues on the top of page 2 of 2. Costs and account numbers is listed. Item number 4, we'd like to recommend to the board for approval the agreement with EAB District Leadership Forum for the 21-22 school year. The rationale is included, but a quick summary. This organization provides district leaders with support in implementing goals that the district has to achieve diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. The costs and account number is listed. Item number 5, we'd like to recommend to the board for approval the following service provider with Keys Academy for the effective dates is listed. Costs and account number there as well. Item number 6, we'd like to recommend to the board the approval of Frontline RTI Direct for the 21-22 school year with rationale cost is listed. That concludes student services.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second?
I'll second.
Any questions or comments from board members?
I have a comment. I had sent this in advance, but I'm really happy to see that we're able to send children out of district to other public schools. I think that that's great, that we cut down on their transportation time. And I think it's also good that we keep them in a similar environment to public school so that there is still that same feeling and they're able to be close to their friends. Not to mention, obviously, it saves the district some significant funds. So I truly appreciate us making use of that with our neighboring districts. So thank you.
Okay. Personnel, Mr. Liebman.
Under Personnel, Section A, resignations, retirements for the 21-22 school year, in red, 2 resignations, term retirements with effective dates is listed. Under Section B, leave of absence for the 21-22 school year, respective names, positions, and effective dates are listed. On the bottom of page 1, this continues on the top of page 2 of 10. Under Section C, appointments, number 1, extracurricular activities for the 21-22 school year. In red, under non-athletic activities, names, activities, and costs is listed. This continues on the top of page 3 of 10. Continuing on page 3 with hourly activities, staff members with their costs and activities are listed on the bottom of page 3 and continues on the top of page 4 of 10. Item number 2, curriculum and instruction for the federal title grants for the 21-22 school year. Names, activities, and costs are listed on pages 4, 5, including on page 6 of 10. On page 6, item 3, curriculum and instruction, first 38 literacy project, curriculum revisions and writings, names and activities are listed with respective costs. Item number 4, professional development presenters for the 21-22 school year, as listed on the bottom of page 6 and continuing on the top of page 7 of 10. Item number 5, curriculum and instruction, curriculum writing revisions for the 21-22 school year, names, activities, and costs are listed. Item number 6, college student observers, interns, and teachers for the 21-22 school year. 1 name listed as an intern to work at Cliffwood Elementary School for the 21-22 school year. Item 7, staff rate changes for the 21-22 school year, as listed on the bottom of page 7, continue on page 8, and concluding on the top of page 9 of 10. Item number 8, home instruction for the 21-22 school year. 3 students are listed. On page 10, item number 9, 1 volunteer is listed for volunteer activities at the high school. Item number 10, 1 additional name in red for additional summer recommendations for the summer of 21. Item 11, additional names under staff moving compensation for the 21-22 school year. Item 12, substitutes for 21-22 school year, 1 name listed, instructional assistant as a substitute teacher. Item D, other, 1, the HIB report as presented to the board on the September 13th, 2021 meeting. No additions to number 2. Item number 3, administrative leave with pay for the 21-22 school year, 2 staff members listed with the effective dates. Item 4, behaviorist overload, 1 staff member for the 21-22 school year for up to 2 hours per week at a per diem rate. Item number 5, the preschool program implementation guidelines for the 21-22 school year. This is to pay preschool teachers additional costs for student contact time from September 9th, 21 to June 24th, 2022, pending settlement with MARSD. That concludes the personnel agenda.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to accept the agenda?
Motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or comments from board members? Ms. West?
D, page 10 of 10, D, number 5. It talks about the preschool teachers being paid additional money for the day. Do the paraprofessionals also get additional money?
This is specific to teachers. When we were awarded the PEA grant and they had additional time to meet the requirements for the grant, it was specific to teachers at Cambridge Park and now Clifton.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I had one question about line item number 4, that was about the leadership forum, EAB. I know I had mentioned that ahead of time, so I guess that was one other.
I'm sorry, which one are you on?
2 of 2, was it? Oh, it's on the student services side. I'm sorry, I guess I missed that portion.
Special service?
I guess I had missed it. I wanted to hear a little bit more about this district leadership forum.
It's professional development for administrators, leading into the implementation of the new curriculum that came into place. So it's to build, it's for administrators to build their capacity.
And it's specific just for the administration?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to move on to policy. Mr. Lehman?
We'd like to recommend to the board second read and adoption of the following policies. Policy 0164.6, policy 1648.13, policy 5111, policy 5200, 5330, 5330.04, 5330.05, 5610, 5620 for second read and adoption. That concludes policy.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to accept the agenda?
All motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or comments from board members on policy? No? Okay. Finance, Ms. Case?
Good evening. We'll be taking action on the following items. Payroll for the month of August, as well as the bills list for September, transfer of funds for June and July, the board secretary's report for June and July, as well as the treasurer's report for June. At the top of page 2, we will be agreeing to the settlement between the Madawan-Aberdeen Board of Ed and Madawan-Aberdeen Educational Association in regard to a dental litigation. Number 5 will be the RFP awarded for special services to the Machado Law Group, as well as number 6 is top of page 3 for a change order for the track and synthetic fields. We are on track for everything. Tomorrow we are supposed to be receiving the turf. And number 7 will be the energy savings contract for the next 5 years. This, we hope to have a significant savings of about $1 million over 5 years. It'll be in 4 phases. Those phases will be conservation, where we'll have new practices and implementation, efficiency, where we'll be purchasing equipment that will help with that, shifting the demand, for example, having everybody shut down their computers at night instead of going to sleep mode, and then going and using renewable green software technology. This will really take the collaboration of the whole entire district, and we really look forward to the significant savings. And then on the top of page 4, we have tuition contract with the Monmouth County BOE, as well as number 8 for the acceptance of a social justice grant. We also have the allocation and submission for the ARP, IDA basic and preschool grants. Number 10 will be the allocation and submission for the ESA grants. And number 11 is the fire and evacuation drills. And number 12 is also the evacuation drills for the months of July and August.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to accept the agenda?
Motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from board members? No? Okay. So that brings us to the public comments portion of the agenda. This is for agenda items and additional matters. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on matters of interest to the school community. Individuals wishing to speak must state their name and address. Comments are limited to 3 minutes duration, but an individual may speak a second time after all others who wish to speak on the topic have been heard. All statements should be directed to the board president, and no participant may address or question board members individually. All speakers are requested to express themselves in a civil manner with due respect for the dignity and privacy of others whose legal rights may be affected. Please note, while it is not the board's intention to stifle comment on matters of legitimate concern, the public should be aware that if their statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, they may face personal liability to the injured party. If speakers are uncertain of the legal ramifications of their comments, the board urges them to seek guidance beforehand from their own legal advisor. Okay, so if anyone would like to make a comment?
Hello. I don't know how close I am to this, or how loud I am, but thank you. Kim Leahy, 323 Woodbine Drive, Cliffwood Beach. So one of the things I would like to know about is the factors that went into play that chose to have the kindergarten classrooms taken away at Cliffwood and given to the preschool. The rooms are very, very small, and it doesn't look like there's enough space for the children to actually use learning stations, which of course I'm sure, as you know, is the #1 guideline for the state of New Jersey for education for kindergarten. So there's no bathroom. The rooms are very small, they're very tight. My son has told me today that he has not been using the bathroom because he's scared of using the bathroom with all the other students. And I believe that Cliffwood was the only school to have their kindergarten classrooms changed over to preschool. So I was just wondering why that was, and what type of assessment instrument is used to assess the quality of the kindergarten classrooms, and how does it compare from school to school? Also, I'm wondering as well is if the kindergarten teachers are promoted to use the masks that have the clear panels so the children can see their faces. My child specifically is having a very difficult time because he cannot bond with the teacher. He cannot see her face. So I know that these masks may not be completely comfortable. They may fog up, but I think that they could be worn for at least an hour a day possibly. And I also feel that that should be done for the older kids as well. So I don't know if maybe that could be like promoted, that once upon a day they could put on the mask that lets them see their face. Also, wondering about the parking situation at Cliffwood. We have to cross the street and we have to walk on a street called Maxwell. Maxwell has no sidewalks. Maxwell is a very tight road. There are cars parked on both sides. When I'm walking with my children and a car pulls in, we have nowhere to go. There's also construction happening at a home on that street right now that had the whole front lawn torn up for PVC piping. When I leave the school, if I do not leave the school exactly 10 minutes after, if my children want to play on the playground, there's no crossing guard. And Cliffwood Ave has a lot of traffic with the added developments in the last couple of years. So I was wondering how we can make that a little bit safer, or is there a possibility that staff could use the parking lot across the street so that the students don't have to? And in addition, at back to school night, I had to walk back there by myself, and the parking lot is completely dark. There's no lights. So I don't know what can be done for that, but at the moment, it doesn't seem like a very safe situation considering that there's no sidewalks and it's a very tight road. I'm hoping that maybe there could be something that could be done.
Good evening. I'll start at the end where you just ended. We have approximately 300 more students than we did last year. We are, as they say, busting at the seams. So those traffic patterns and things like that, I've been meeting with the police departments on an every other week basis. We're running through a whole bunch of different scenarios right now. But I anticipate with the construction that's on Cliffwood Avenue this to persist for a couple of years moving forward as those projects come to fruition. So we're in constant contact. So if you have any suggestions, we could speak over the phone so then I could communicate them when I'm discussing it with both police departments.
Okay, because I know that the board has to vote on budget things, but I'm
Yes.
wondering if maybe they could look into having the large field that no one uses paved.
Well,
Getting some
other, so as it stands right now, we have the architects involved and they're looking at every building to see where we can grow. I will say that a lot of the area that you see that's not paved is protected wetlands, so that will also play into the equation as we move forward. So I don't know if that area is protected wetlands, but I can tell you that a good portion of the unused land on every one of our properties is protected wetlands. But certainly, yes, that's a topic for discussion, yes.
Okay, thank you. And also, if there could be a conversation with the teachers about the possibility of wearing the clear masks for the younger children.
Yeah, absolutely, I can have that conversation. I can't make any promises, but I can certainly have those conversations. And to your point about the kindergarten classrooms, we're hoping that by making the other half of Cambridge Park a complete pre-K as well over the course of the next year is going to help to alleviate some of the issues you were discussing. Now, obviously, that doesn't do anything for you right now, but we are planning diligently. But like I said, 300 more students than last year, and we're still getting registrations a month into school, and they're coming in steadily. So I don't anticipate that a drop-off in that for the foreseeable future.
Understandable. Thank you very much, and I will, yes, reach out to discuss some of those
Please do.
options with you.
Okay,
Thank
excellent.
you.
Yep.
Any other comments from the public? Okay, then we're going to move on to roll call on agenda items. We've got curriculum and instruction, special services, personnel, policy, and finance.
Mr. Ahern?
Yes.
Dr. Delaney?
Yes.
Ms. Friedman?
Yes.
Ms. Martinez?
Yes.
Mr. Montone? Ms. Priswara?
Yes, but I'm going to abstain on one item. The Monmouth County Vocational School budget, I'm going to abstain.
Got it. Ms. Whalen?
Yes.
Ms. Osborne?
Yes.
Mrs. Scully?
Yes. Any unfinished business? Yes, Ms. Whalen?
Hello. Just was curious when we might hear a presentation about the new curriculum that is, rolling out related to, CRT.
Well, there is no CRT in New Jersey curriculum.
Okay. So what about the curriculum related with the equity
The equity curriculum, the state equity curriculum, yep, next month.
next month?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other unfinished business? Okay, any new business?
I have one.
Ms. Osborne?
I went to Aberdeen Day. I'm a part of the environmental board, and it was heavily populated by our students, and they got to learn different things about environmental things as far as vehicles, bikes, safety, things that we all didn't know. And of course, got to see these spotted lantern flies all over. It has a little toxic, but to let everybody know it's safe to kill them. And also, I went to back to school night at Cambridge Park, and I met the director there, the assistant. Everybody was very friendly, and watching the parents come in and learn different things about their students, which was great. And also being welcomed back to actually see the children in play was great. So thank you to all the teachers and all the staff who come out for back to school night. The parents are very excited to see you. Thank you.
I have one thing to mention. I went to the pizza bingo at Cliffwood, and thanks to Mark Van Horn and the PTO. They put together a beautiful family night, and I know that my son got a chance to call bingo, which he loved, and they really had a great time. All the families had pizza, and it was a great time together. I also went to the back-to-school night in Cliffwood, and they ran a beautiful night. They had 2 different sessions, and I thought it was very well run and organized. I felt very safe, and I just wanted to thank the faculty, staff, and support staff for all their hard work.
Thank you.
So,
Ms. Friedman?
thank you. Just to throw my 2 cents in there on back-to-school night, I went to back-to-school night here at the high school, and a couple of things hit me. It was great to see the parents come in and be able to be in these buildings again and be almost as excited as the kids. I know when I went to my son's first class, even the teacher was excited that the kids are more awake and energetic in the morning than they ever have been, because even the kids are excited. I want to thank Mr. Eiler for walking around in a Spider-Man outfit, costume, because it's the little things like that that really put that bright spot in everybody's day. It really has been amazing. I too was at Aberdeen Day. I had great conversations with kids. The number of kids who really are looking forward to getting involved in volunteer activities throughout the town, which reminded me of Mattawan, I believe, is starting up the dinners again. They did this in the summer. You know, anybody who's in need of food dinners, they have dinners, I believe, starting on Friday nights again. So that might be something that if you know anybody who needs food, to look into that. They'll probably advertise that on the Mattawan page.
Aberdeen Day was a success. There's also Mattawan Day coming up. I'll be there with parents of special people volunteering there. So I know that they're going to put together something very nice too.
Yes, and I believe that starts at noon, I think, on Saturday.
Yes.
With that, we'll move to executive session. Be it resolved that a closed session be convened for the purpose of discussing privacy, personnel, and legal matters. The subject matter of these discussions will be disclosed to the public when the reason for confidentiality subsides. Although the board cannot guarantee it, the length of the executive session is estimated to be 60 minutes, after which the public meeting of the board shall reconvene and proceed with business. Action will not take place. Can I get a motion and a second to enter executive session?
All motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aaron wants to